Hey there, campers. So, here's a spontaneous edition of the Basic Bitch Liberal Vlog. That's what it is, right? The basic Bitch Liberal Vlog. I don't know. Probably should come with a better title. I'm just making a spontaneous video. I was just thinking about, like, again, as I said in my first video of this project, I'm way too online. I wish I wasn't. It's an ongoing process. I'm trying to wean myself away, but I can't. Still looking at my phone, still looking at the laptop. Whatever. I'm sure I could have done many more fulfilling things today. People are abuzz about the death of Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, which happened in the last 24 hours or so. I don't know. I learned about it as soon as I woke up early this morning. Lindsey Graham was not somebody that I particularly cared about in life or death. I certainly did not love him. I also didn't hate him. Because he had, I don't know, he had a few qualities of moderation or whatever. Like, he said a few, courageous and truthful things about Donald Trump, and then he said, but he was a total sycophant in other ways, and he's not a great guy. He's not a great public servant. And I myself, he was a warmonger for sure. I don't know what his thing was. He seemed to be really he seems to be somebody who really passionately enjoys war, which is weird, weird and bad. That's a negative quality in a person. Because I think I did make a joke on the Facebook earlier this morning that I think the whole Iran war was arranged by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Lindsey Graham was the world's oldest Make-A-Wish kid, and this war was, which has killed thousands of human beings, was created just to give him comfort in his last days. So what? But so what's my beef? Do I have a beef? I don't know. I think it's that a lot of Graham's Senate colleagues and such have his Democratic colleagues have expressed sadness at his death. I was looking at Joe Biden. Obviously, they were friends. Joe Biden expressed his condolences to Lindsey Graham's loved ones and said he was a man of integrity and blah blah blah. And a lot of people just react with so much vitriol, and they're like, "Oh, Lindsey Graham, he's burning in hell. Fuck Lindsey Graham," and blah blah blah. And I get it. I get the hostility on the one hand. Because he's a person who voted for a lot of bad things. He supported a lot of bad things. He cheer-led a lot of bad things. But I'm not a pearl-clutching kind of guy. I'm not clutching my pearls over, oh, how dare you celebrate somebody's death. I mean, I get that celebrating somebody's death might be appropriate, and dogs are barking, but they're outside. They're not my dogs. I'm house sitting for some dogs. They're very good boys, and I trust them not to get into too much trouble. I'm gonna go open the door for the dogs, which means there is a pause in the video. All right, come on in, Bean. All right, his name's. He's an old man. Where was I? No, it's just are we going to celebrate the death of every single Republican? Are we prepared to? Because, look, I am the original guy for hating Republicans. I hated Republicans before you did. I promise you. I have hated Republicans since I was 8. I was into politics very early age, and the first thing I realized was Republicans are the spawn of Satan, and I grew up making those statements, and a lot of people were like, "No, you gotta back off that. You just chill, man. Like, just, my aunt's a Republican. Like, a lot of Republicans are very nice people. And I was like, no, fuck, it'll all burn in hell. Like, but the thing is, I feel like the culture has caught up with where I was 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Oh shit, I'm looking at my gray. This is at least 40 years ago when I was 8. And like the culture's caught up with me, and I'm not sure I love it. Like, I don't know. It's like I've become way more of a wuss in recent years, whereas like now it seems like everybody's like, I'll just like burn every Republican at the stake, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know, man. That's like 100 million Americans. Is that are you ready to like are you ready to kill all of those people, or celebrate the deaths of all those people? I don't know. It's like, and I thought about this a lot with Charlie Kirk when he was killed, and it was like, Charlie Kirk, I'm sure he's a dick, a racist, Christian fundamentalist, whatever. But it was like, I didn't feel like he was the worst of the worst. And obviously Lindsey Graham, I don't think he was the worst of the worst. If you think those guys are the worst of the worst, I think this is my concern. My concern is that you guys are not sufficiently aware of the worst of the worst. And I've definitely seen that a lot in like kind of the liberal reaction to Trump, like where people are like, oh, he's a horrible monster. He's like he's beyond the pale, and it's like, I mean, at first in like 2015, 2016, when Trump was like emerging, I was like, yeah, he's a Republican. It's like he's so racist. He's so misogynist, and I was like, yeah, he's Republican. Like they're all like this. And like, because listen, I hate Republicans. I think they're bad, but I don't know where I'm going with this. I think it's just like there's an internal divide. It's like, am I really willing to condemn 100 million Americans? And like, should I not be? Because like 100 million Americans, proportionally speaking, that's probably the percentage of Americans in 1861 that wanted to keep slavery going and were willing to die for it. I don't know what I'm saying. I think I'm saying, obviously, these videos are just going to be me working it out in real time. This is not scripted. I think I'm saying, yeah, because like, all right. So when it came to like celebrating somebody's death, I remember when Rush Limbaugh died. Now, to me, Rush Limbaugh was the worst of the worst. Like, Rush Limbaugh was a monster. Like, he was a truly hateful person. Had millions of followers, tens of millions of followers. We say followers now. At the time, it was like listeners, but they called themselves ditto heads because they said everything Rush says, I'm like ditto. Rush Limbaugh was the true forerunner of the modern American far right, or at least the mainstream far right. And I didn't feel like Charlie Kirk was that bad by any means. Even though Charlie Kirk probably grew up listening to Rush and liking Rush, but I feel like Charlie Kirk had a little bit of humanity, and I feel like Lindsey Graham had a little bit of humanity, just a little bit. And like, my inclination is to be forgiving towards those who show even a little bit of humanity. And it's subjective. And I realized, look, Charlie Kirk was friends with, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is probably one of Trump's principal aides, is one of his main henchmen, and really the ideological driver of much of what his administration does. All of the bad things, Stephen Miller is, he's truly, he's of Jewish descent, but he's a Nazi. Like, he is an absolute Nazi, he's just been driven by all accounts, he's been driven by racial hatred since he was a teenager, and he's like 10 years younger than me. But when he was a high school kid in like the aughts, in the 2000s, he was like going on these racist rants that everybody who knew him was like, dude, it's fucked up. So like, that guy to me is the worst. Like Rush Limbaugh, Stephen Miller, these guys are the absolute worst. And I feel like if you put, and I feel like you can't put every conservative in that category, or if you can, that has implications, right? Like, it has implications that like we have to be in another civil war. So shit, I don't know what I'm talking. I'm just babbling as usual. But no, but I think the why am I soft on Charlie Kirk, for example? Because Charlie Kirk was friends with Stephen Miller, and they had ideological similarities. And Stephen Miller was much more overtly racist, and I don't think Charlie Kirk started out overtly racist. I think he saw where the wind was blowing on the right, and became more racist and more fascist and more theocratic as the years went by, and he was definitely going in that direction. But so why am I inclined to be kind of forgiving towards Charlie Kirk, whereas I recognize Stephen Miller as an absolute monster? Why do I make that distinction? Why do I make such a fine, kind of granular distinction like that? And I think part of it is that I'm a lookist, man. Like, Charlie Kirk was kind of a normal looking guy, even attractive by certain lights, whereas Stephen Miller is an actual like fucking gargoyle. Like, yeah, ugly people were not, they got no reason to live. like I'm some prize, right? But that's it's silly, but that's probably that's kind of how humans think sometimes. I don't know. I'm just saying, I think we should all be nicer to each other. Certainly I should be nicer than I am most of the time online, because I'm a dick online, as I've said. But like, I guess I make these videos to try to show I'm not such a bad guy. I don't mean to be. I don't know if Lindsey Graham meant to be as bad as he was. I don't know if there's an afterlife. I hope there is. I hope I hope maybe in the next life we all figure it out, and maybe we're all nicer to each other. I hope so. But again, that's all that's all speculation. And now I'm getting to a more serious thought, and like there's a more serious thought of like, why should all the innocent people who have died in Iran in the last 6 months, why are they nameless? Nobody's laying any flowers for them other than the people that they actually knew. Why am I expressing any kind of like, if all human lives are equal, like why does Lindsey Graham deserve a 15-minute video? Why does he deserve any of my breath compared to all of like unknown, anonymous thousands of innocents who have died because of the policies that he preferred and strongly advocated for? Maybe there's something wrong with me, but we react to what we see. Monkey see, monkey do. And somebody that you've seen on TV every day for the last couple of decades, or every week, or whatever it is, such people become real to you, and the anonymous innocents across oceans on different continents they don't have that reality. I don't know. forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. That's all I have to say. All right, have a good night, campers.